Hello, business owner. You are building your dream in California, the Golden State. It is the world's fifth largest economy and the ultimate launchpad for big ideas. But here is the hard truth. California views your LLC as a privilege, not a right, and they charge you rent just for existing. While other states roll out the red carpet, California's Franchise Tax Board is waiting by the door with a bill that arrives whether you make millions or $0. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the specific steps to form your California LLC correctly, ensuring you navigate the Secretary of State's strict rules without exposing your home address. And you need to stick around for the final section because I'm going to explain the 15th day of the fourth month rule, a specific tax deadline that, if missed, triggers the infamous $800 mandatory fee plus penalties, even if your business hasn't sold a single product yet. I've also placed a link in the description to the formation service I recommend most for California. I use them specifically because they automatically handle the Statement of Information, a mandatory filing due 90 days after formation that catches almost everyone off guard. The name availability check. California is crowded. Your name must be distinguishable in the records of the Secretary of State. But California is also strict about misleading terms. You cannot imply you're a government agency or an insurer. Before you spend money on a logo, you need to run a free search on the Secretary of State's website. If you skip this and your name is too close to another, your Form LLC-1 will be rejected and you'll be stuck in processing limbo for weeks. The agent for service of process. In other states, it's a registered agent. In California, it is the agent for service of process. The job is the same, accepting lawsuits. But here's the privacy trap. California's business search is notoriously easy to use. If you list your home address on your articles of organization because you work from your garage in Los Angeles or San Diego, that address becomes permanent public record. You cannot just delete it later. Using the professional service I linked below allows you to use their address, keeping your personal sanctuary off the internet. The Articles of Organization. This is the document that births your company. You file this with the Secretary of State. The form seems simple, but be careful with the management section. You must choose between one manager, more than one manager, or all LLC members. This distinction is critical because it tells the state who has the authority to sign binding contracts. If you check the wrong box, banks may refuse to let you open an account later. The California BizFile online portal is functional, but it is dense with legal warnings and confusing drop-down menus. I want to show you a streamlined way to handle this. I recorded a quick walkthrough using the service I mentioned in the description. This tool auto-populates the California-specific forms and ensures you don't miss the management checkboxes. Watch this. Select the LLC option for business type and state. In my case, it's Texas. Choose the options that best suit your business. Add your contact information. You can add the data of a partner or co-owner. Add your business name. Add your business information and click Continue. Then, add your business location. Choose the options that best suit your business. Finally, add your payment information and click Continue. Congratulations, you now have an LLC. That is how you get filed correctly without the headache. The Statement of Information. This is the first hurdle. Within 90 days of forming your LLC, you must file a Statement of Information. It costs $20. If you forget this, and many new owners do because they think they just finished filing, the state hits you with a $250 penalty and can suspend your business. It's an unforced error. The service I recommend can put this on autopilot for you. The Mandatory Operating Agreement. In many states, an operating agreement is optional. In California, under the revised Uniform Limited Liability Company Act, it is effectively mandatory. While you don't file it with the state, California law assumes you have one. If you get sued and you don't have this document, the court will apply the state's default rules to your business, which can be disastrous in a partnership dispute. You need this contract signed and stored safely. The $800 tax trap. This is the open loop that shocks every new founder. California charges a minimum annual franchise tax. This is not based on profit. You owe this even if your business loses money or makes $0. Here's the deadline. You must pay this by the 15th day of the 4th month after you file your LLC. If you form in January, you owe $800 by April 15th. If you miss this, the Franchise Tax Board adds penalties and interest immediately. It's the cost of doing business in the Golden State, and you cannot ignore it. California offers access to the biggest market in the U.S., but it demands a high price for admission. You need to be capitalized and compliant from day one to survive here. Go to the description, click the link I've provided, and start your California LLC the right way. It takes minutes to ensure you don't get hit with a surprise penalty in your first 90 days. My verdict is simple. Pay the $800, file your Statement of Information, and get to work. California is not for the timid, but the rewards are worth it if you follow the rules. If you found value in this video, please subscribe, like, and drop a comment below. Until the next video.